Diwali as a festival, as we all grown up as kids, hearing stories from our grandmoms and aunties and uncles. It's really, the learnings about victory of good over evil. It's about celebrations, meeting our friends and cousins.
This is really special. This is a culmination of Boston and the South Asian Arts Council bringing Diwali to life here, which is truly amazing. I'm a native Bostonian. I think this is it's a beautiful ceremony because we're bringing light into the life of Boston.
This November, for the second consecutive year, Boston's South Asian community celebrated the early winter holiday of Diwali with a traditional candle lighting at the Massachusetts State House.
Diwali is known as a festival of lights, a holiday where we open our windows, light diyas, and bring in the goddess Lakshmi for a new year of prosperity, hope, and giving. I'm humbled. I'm honestly humbled. Last year, when I asked Governor Patrick to do this, his team responded back within a half an hour and said, "We're on board."
Happy Diwali. Welcome to the State House. This is your house. It's enormously important that you see it that way, that you are welcomed in that spirit on all days, but most especially on a day and a time of year as special as this. This is our second time, my second time participating, and it's a beautiful ceremony and a wonderful occasion to celebrate the triumph of hope.
Organized by the South Asian Arts Council and with the support of both the private and public sectors, the event has helped increase awareness of the cultural diversity of both the city and the region.
I think this is very powerful because this is really acknowledging and recognizing the culture and the unity of cultures we have in Boston. The South Asian community is very diverse, and it's a pleasure to see Indian communities at the State House like this. It's really nice.
It just goes to the commitment that the city has. And the governor, he was here last year. This morning he had to go out for some work, and just to see him come back only for this speaks a lot.
I think it was Dr. King who said that darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can drive out darkness. And it's amazing how universal that wisdom is, and that's what we celebrate here.
This Diwali, it's a universal message of hope. It is not, some people refer to Diwali as sort of the Indian Christmas. Well, perhaps it is, but there is a greater meaning that we want to accomplish here today. Understand what it means to give. Understand what it means not just to give financially, but giving from the heart, giving from your inner self. And that inner light is the true message of Diwali.
Those lamps, of course, are symbolic of the triumph of good over evil, of light over darkness, and of the spiritual awakening in each individual. And that, of course, is the deepest meaning of Diwali.
The day also featured a morning kirtan, India's traditional chanting, accompanied by classical Indian instruments.
Chanting is just a way to open the heart and get into the feeling of devotion.
Led by the Self-Realization Fellowship and the Boston Meditation Group, the call and response prayer was heard in the State House halls for the very first time.
Hey Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan.
What's amazing about this culture is that I'm a teacher as well, and my students are mostly Hispanic and have never heard of Diwali. But as an Indian, I feel like it's a pride of our community to share that with our students. So every year I share Diwali with my students. We share mithai, which are the sweets. We watch a Bollywood movie. So it's really, really important to share our culture with everybody else in the world.
This is an event that I will certainly treasure as something I've never had happen before, and would love to see it every year, right here, same thing.
This year, to have the likes of Anuradha and Treasurer Steve Grossman and Brother Prabhulanda from Self-Realization Fellowship as a part of this event, and with Mike Fanning, who is Mass Mutual, the largest single employer in Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to be a part of this. My message is really to share Diwali with a broader audience. I find that a lot of communities, corporations are starting to pick up. Since last year, a number of entities have picked up celebrating Diwali, which is great. Together, as a community, we create a movement. Happy Diwali.